Adang Chive Lao Do Di Sive Co Le Do Do Ra Sho Mazang Chive Jira Pare Ji Ma Ji Ma Dang Ngo Ji Su Ran Re Ji 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 Wa Ji Zhen Ye Wei Ma Cha Zhe Lao Di Ge Da Ge Do Wa Di Ji Na Jin Den De Ji Wei Wa Ji Weng Bui Ren Lan Ge Long Ji Ge Ne Ji Ma Dang Yi Zi Me Ge Ne Ji Ma Nang Da Ji Da Yi Da Di Ji Jin Den De Sa Me Nang Ji Ji Wei Chi Ji Dan Dan Ji Di Me Nang Ji Ba Shi Da Yang Di Zi Ju Zima Zima Ji Wa Wa Ji Le Zang Ji Shi Le Ji Pare Ji Me Sa Me Ji Wa Ni La Na Wa Da Shi Kumbo Nga Wa Di Da La Ra Shi Ji Dong Ma Nang Wa Yi Na Di San Ji Di Si Na Di Me Shi Le Ba Ji Zima Zima Ji Wa Wa Ji Le Zang Ji La Di Ge Ji Me Sa Ri Ge Bo Ga La Shi Le Ji Pare Ji Me Sa Me Ji Wa Ji Wa Di Wa Chi Da La Wa Cha La Di Ge Ji Me Wa Shi Zima Zima Ji Wa Wa Ji Le Zang Ji Si Na Di Me Shi Le Ba La Di Ge Ji Me Sa Shi Le Po Ri Ge Wa Ri Wa Ga La Shi Le Ji Pare Ji Me Sa Me Ji Wa这个对吧？对，其他那么多回去的，碰碰我在那些东马那么样的话，就是到我说东巴，我东巴你说说出来，东巴你来讲这些嘛，也难的，现在操的这些难的些的，那么些了，东巴些里不的了。觉得这东巴你的这些没有嘛，结果么搞完，他妈的这个没有搞完没有。这里个那东巴你那是没操，没那么些了没。明明那面那面见面论面，这个全面的那个以前那那么些个，没这个那个见面跟你说不对。你弄个那个叫那个我的那个以前都那个以前那个那么就咱家的这些人开始怎么样的，咱家的他们现在就开始怎么样啊，这个怎么样啊？那么样啊，明年不是讲别人啊，那个这些怎么样啊，怎么样啊？这个把它上个这个地上，好像这个怎么现在就那定人的现在就是说这个我觉得上去了，那说起叫现在那说的有的人也有那就觉得让我觉得你听这个，你是那么写的吧？就是怎么就我觉得这种就是他们觉得那个好，他们也都知道这个今天的，今天的就算不能吧，就是说。怎么了呀？阿嘎怎么了？觉得了怎么了呀？别对呀，他巴拉桑嘎的不地说哈，阿我感觉是你个的没多节气，多过了没过了小了这个每天白天人嘛，人现在个人说哈，有那这些话，每天能这个他妈的不是。这些的让的小，他觉得他把他提前我对吧？有些人那都就是。 Bözün yungshi me do zhang, re ra le shi nin de jian ba de, san jie xin de mi. Zhuo ge nan da zhen la zhe pa ra shu. Qi nan jie, qu ge ka la jian zi jin jin. Qi da zan bei du jie zi ma la, sa jie qu ji cha a tu si. Da gu ru ya ne min de la kam ni ya ta ya ni. San jie zhe lan su ji cha nan la, chan ju ba do da ne ya sa. Ta ge qu jin ji bei son nam ji, zhu la pen ji san ji zhu ba. San jie zhe dan su ji cha nan la, chan ju ba da ge qu jin ji bei son nam ji, zhu la pen ji san ji zhu ba. San jie zhe dan su ji cha nan la, chan ju ba da ne ya sa. Ta ge qu jin ji bei son nam ji, zhu la pen ji san ji zhu ba. Hong de zhen yin zhe wei dao de jie ban wan yin de bei zhen de 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 gu nan de la jia de la dong yin yin de zhen de jie bei la. Xie jie zhen zai gan jie de de gu zhen de bei wan de de jie zhe la so de zhe xin de 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 shi. Ban de zhe wei la ma ro mo zhen da ge yin ge wei me de zhe ne gu de jie bei gu ne jie zang de gu zang de jie mu de zai de so. Ai da di rin zin de di ru wa ka sa ju la me ju la ma. Go zu gu yo da di nge la Giam zhong la na. Hao zong bei ge rong. Giam zhong de xie wo le shi ro.
Okay, so in this Wednesday night class, we're going to be looking at the Sublime Continuum by Maitreya. However, before we actually begin with the text itself, we'd like to do a little bit of setting up the background.
Da dang wo dun de shi le wa. De lob zhen yong dang zhou de. Ne da zhom de de lo ni jia ni dong chu jie zi jing la ne zhom de de pe. An zhom de de ji. Zhom de de ji da chu mong bu xiu song de nan da de zhen zhou de zhen ge da qi xu chung guo ren bo sum sai ji song le shi ro. Chung guo tang bo de din xi chung guo shi ta de zuo dan da. Dian ba xi chung guo. Dian ba xi chung guo ji. Dian ba xi chung guo de zuo da din de ting mei dang qin de du jia. Le tang bo shi ba. Le tang bo de le tang bo so re da o de le ju ma mi ba xi le tang bo la xie da. Da de ne ni dan dang zu de xie ren ning bu dong de de xi dong ba ni ge nam xia. Ta de du ju ong bo no ro zhe jie ya du mi yong de ne ko lo pa wa. 예, 진임의 총고 당부 디시 총고 니와 진임의 총고 니와 시진이 총고다 시진성 네 선바 오래다 도지 공대에서 나디라 다 민랍던 말이나 디 다디 콜로 파워 치드 줘야 되죠 저 태과 첨부 다 엄마 따외다 남배 따도 타뚝도스 대시게 오래
디 근데 디 니퍼 디 송고
시진이 돌아와 시진이도 셔러닝보다 도 송버 옛날에 타조 동반이 기타와 낭배 따로 타도도 디나는 셰레스
디 숨버로
니바
아니바래
다 숨바디 나라 아니 저다 셈잠베 따따도 저러지
알레레
셰마 따도 셰 따도 따외천에 셰다로 가지 둡다가 정다 딘데로 가지 롭드레스로
Okay. So, where the Buddha, who lived around 2,600 years ago, of course, taught many different teachings, or taught many dharmas, you could say. But these can be classified into three turnings of the wheel, turning of the wheel of Dharma. And when we look at these, in the first turning of the wheel, he focused on teachings such as the Four Noble Truths. And these were for the beginners, or you could say, or the Hinayana practitioners. And this was mostly focused on pacifying the mental continuum. And then the second turning of the wheel was designed for those of sharp mental faculties. And at this time, he taught like no characteristic nature of things. And also at this time, he taught things like the Heart Sutra and that relating to the final view. And then with the third turning of the wheel, at this point, he focused on the teachings that would become the mind-only view.
다디 룩스레야 다마 제르데스 마 데스 디테일 오브 데스 토나 다 콜로 당보 덴바시 내가라니 최탐제랑 친이 두어레스 정도와 최탐제랑 친이 두어레스 이나야 간산 다메레스와 다도 줘요 말레스 최탐제랑 친이 두어레스 당에나 콜로 당보 덴데스 송거래와 다 콜로 바와다 셔러닝보다 매매매로도 돼 속매다면 랑 친이 두어요 말레스라고 속요 말라고 맞다 랑 친이 두어 속요 말레스 어디라고 그러다
So, to go into a little bit more detail of this, when the Buddha taught the first turning of the wheel and the Four Noble Truths, he stated that phenomena were established in terms of its own characteristics, but that the self was the takti tsinidrupamare.
최탐제랑 친이 두어레스 최탐제 간산 다요 말레스
Oh, okay. But he then taught there was no self of person, so the selflessness of the person. And then in the second turning of the wheel, at this point, things like the Heart Sutra say there's no form, no feeling, and so forth. So at this point, he's saying that phenomena is not established in terms of its own characteristics. So that was the second turning of the wheel.
다 제가 디 틱틱라 다 개와도서 말아. 나도 남들 남산인데 좀 된데 미치기라 미치기. 당보 최담제랑 친이도 열이라고도.
Okay.
다 니와야 최담제랑 친이 요 말이라고도. 다 더고 세거더라.
So this seems contradictory, right? Because it's one person, the Buddha was one teacher. And at one time he's saying, okay, there's phenomena is established in terms of its own characteristics. And then at another point he's saying phenomena is not established in terms of its own characteristics. So this then leads to some doubt as to what he really means, right?
다드네 domba 좀 된데 두자 엉고노모란다. 지금 야 저티 좀 된데. 저티단데 배 닝저 티어라. 전단다 파 그런 민리야. 전단다 파 그런 민. 그런 거좀 된데라. 좀 된데에서 저랑라 겨요 말에서 저랑 산제레스. 저랑 올라 가리나 식탐마 겨요 말에서.
Okay.
이내레스로 저랑게 삼산라 콜로 당보가라 저던제랑 친이 두어레라고도 서와. 그냥 콜로 바와라 저던제랑 친이 말이라고도. 다디 가르라고요. 그래서 저티래. 존데데.
So then in the third turning of the wheel, then some questions. This was a time for some of the students to ask some questions, and they asked some very like beautiful or very clear questions. So there was one, Tonta Yangtak, right? Tontang Yangtak. Pak. Okay, so there was one person called Tontang Yangtak Pak. Tonda Yangtak Pak. And anyway, he asked the Buddha, right? He said, you're the Buddha, you're an enlightened being, so within your mind, obviously there's no contradiction there. However, from ordinary appearance, you've said that phenomena, at one point you said phenomena is established by its own characteristics, and at another point you've said phenomena is not established by its own characteristics. So what exactly was meant by that?
다디 랜드 셴발라 아니 셈잠베기 루기 친이숭 남샤디 직 셴고레스다 랜드 하고 쳐발라 셈잠베
Okay.
친이숭 남샤디 셴고레스다.
All right, so then the answer was given, but in order to understand the answer, then you have to understand the mind-only view. So we've got to study that.
친이숭.
Oh, the three characteristics of the mind-only view.
친이숭데 가relana 신화체 신화 윤루 군다 신화 윤루 군다 숨 될 친이숭 나고
So there's the three are other power. Young Tuk is like
시원체 용룹체 군다
Young Drup, sorry, like it's clearly established and then all pervading. I guess that would be the other one.
마티세죠 질러
Okay, but we'll explain these a little bit further.
최탐제 디나라 뒤로거래 셈담에 최탐제 친이 숨난 뒤로거요 최단 뒤제 최탐제 신화래 신화
Okay.
뒤제 탐제 신화체 아니 동반이 이제 용도체 다 동반이 마인기 딱 같은데 여러 어디에 삼아 군다스 어두스네 레스라
So within all phenomena is categorized within these three aspects. So this all compositional phenomena is within the other power. All emptiness is this like clearly established, and all other permanent phenomena is Kuntakta, all pervaded.
제가 신화래 직코란래 약하라고 신왕세가 라와요 말 신화 유광 그러와 유주어도 되네 아니 데비드 주어도 뭐뭐 탐제 유왕 주어도 되고라면서 뒤제 탐제 제신 지고로 봐 제시 뒤제 탐제 깨워로 봐 깨워서야 돼 유진 깨워로 봐 알아서 니만님에게 대도이나데 알아서 유진 야고지 되나 먼저 선바지고요래 먼저 유진 야고 말하는 선바지고요 말에 먼저 칼라야고 사나 수부 되어요래 칼라야고 마스나 수부 나이로 다가라래 대 신왕라데 대시기요래 대 거기 직대 과야 야고 실다로 신왕세.
So when we talk about the Shenwang or other powered, well, what is the meaning of this? If we break down the word other powered, well, it's powered by what? Powered by causes and conditions. So all compositional phenomena have the three states of production, abiding, and cessation. So then, therefore, we can say that if there's good causes, then this is, by the power of that, then happiness is produced. And when we have bad causes, then we have difficulties and sufferings and so forth. So this is how things are powered by other.
용룹 슬랍디 용스 두바스디 당오베넬로 타둑데와 텔레 타둑고 두기메베 인자 코 두고에 창마 줍사레스디 오베넬로 타둑드시에로 제가 델라 동반이 있어 어디래다.
So this clearly established is maybe finally established as well. This Yongdrup means to be finally, the final nature of phenomena.
두고에 창마 줍사르 델라하고 두야요 말해서다.
So this sorry, gone to the
두야 창마 용스 두버와 용스 두베 인자다 양자체면 델레 타둑이에요 말이라고.
So this being the final nature, this is the final way things exist. There's nothing to know beyond that, or nothing to establish beyond this final nature.
다들 군다라에 가르잖아. 똑배 봐서야죠. 들어와. 군다스디. 먼저 똑배 봐서야지. 똑배디 딱바레디 나가레스 봐. 똑배 봐다신 거 들다. 똑배 다시. 군다스. 식디.
Kuntak.
똑배 봐다. 생 똑배 남도 없어요.
Oh, okay. So maybe kuntak, rather than all pervasive, all imputed might be better translation here. Because it's you should just explain the meaning is that all of these are conceptually imputed. Like this means that all of these things are conceptually imputed.
다친이 숨디하고 하고 성화성이라.
Okay, so are you clear on these three definition characteristics?
신왕, 용룹, 군다.
So Shenwang, other power, Yongdrup, final or clearly established. We'll say final, established, and then all imputed.
Yeah.
So the first two are impermanent and the last one is permanent.
말해 용룹 따고라.
No, clearly established is permanent.
Emptiness is permanent.
Emptiness.
First one's impermanent. Second one, permanent. So
Yeah, better. Yeah.
Which you have? No have. Full impermanent.
Full permanent. Full permanent.
Permanent. So permanent. Permanent lashon dirda.
So mitakpa tamche di tambo nangla kyapta. So all impermanent phenomena is covered by the first one. That's everything that's impermanent is that Shenwang.
니베디
other power.
동반이.
And the second one is emptiness. Shempamare, tongbanyi
동반이.
is only emptiness.
아니 숨바디 아니 동반이 마잉기 딱 봐디제다.
Okay. And so the third one, other than emptiness, all other permanent phenomena. Right? So emptiness is a permanent phenomenon. Take that out. All the other permanent phenomena are this pervasively imputed.
신세 다 하고 된.
The English is quite weird, but yeah, con is like all, tak is to impute. So
알렐라.
di tak tanda karere.
아,
Tak.
다.
Pena taksam di tanda
알레.
karere.
싱 파스에시냐. 싱.
Okay, so
Tokbe.
it's yeah, created by the mind, right? Like
그런 게 유중원에 매버체.
right.
파스 먼저 뭐 대소다 알아서 안저 대소다 당기 단 미지기 깨져지 걸어. 아니 깨져 직독자지 유뉴지 거나.
Yeah.
미디 직접 발라발라 망올라나. 아니 스스생게. 아직 소다 사버스다. 근데 사버스 되는데 셈나 나와지도. 대상은 싱소라 싱선겨라.
So
어디.
when we say made by the mind, like or imputed by the mind, so this means that we create these things with the mind. So to give you an example, let's say you hear somebody's talking to you or about you and they say one bad word. And because of that, then you make up this whole story in your mind about, all the other things. So this is all this appearance to your mind. It's all created by the mind. So this would be this imputation.
베나디가 포버디나 그런 원에 요레스 거다. 그런 원에 요레스. 그런 원에 야 두브레스. 그냥 싱 파서 말했라고 거디.
And so from another perspective, we say this cup really exists. It's not. We're not making or imputing it by the mind. It's like established by itself.
다양디 심잠발라 데르다. 그런 원에 요바다 심그 서버 님도르다 알아. 심잠발.
So from the mind only perspective is some korang noni yoni sim sogu.
So 님도 찍버려.
Okay, so this existing from truly really existing and being made by the mind it's both.
디 따고 군다들라 그런 원에 투무만 되지 말 파고 심그 파스 요냐냐래라고. 아디 그런 둡다.
Okay. So the takpadi none yore lapira.
당고 요 말에 여다 요르와 유나 스티브 요바디 싱그 스토리면 그런 원에 요 말해라.
Takpat sangma.
따고 상만 말해. 당번이 마행기 따고.
Oh, okay, sorry. So this all imputed, which is every permanent phenomena apart from emptiness, is completely imputed by the mind. It doesn't exist at all from its own side. Sorry, it doesn't really exist.
다 딜라 오래. 제가 디 따두스이나. 다심점에 가려고 하려나. 시원다 용도도. 시원 용도니디 랑신이 토레라고. 시원다 용도니디.
So this other powered and this yongdak or impermanent phenomena and emptiness are established by its own characteristics according to the mind only school.
제가 랑신이 토레스티. 그런 랑원에야 투레스라오라. 아니 다 군다디 랑신이 투요 말해라고.
And so these first two are established by their own characteristics. However, the all imputed or all other permanent phenomena other than emptiness are not established by its own characteristics. They're not established by their own characteristics.
What's your question?
I thought 1 and 3 were established by their own characteristics.
So the tambo tan sumba rangi tsini dupa and nipa rangi
tsini.
Okay, not in the mind only school view.
시원도 윤도 데려와 데다 말말. 군다라는 신이 말로 시원 데다다.
Yeah, this the pervasive imputation is not established by its own characteristics.
딜라 상로다야 딜. 랑신이 도사데. 아니 타니에 대회 따던 제베체나 니에 열에서 그래. 그나 심담바 나세야죠 나. nga se di nye yores nge ju ji kun shi nam she di nga res che nga nye yores ko
Oh, okay.
odi la
Kunshinamshi, mind. So they say the reason is because these phenomena are findable. Like for the self, for example, they say this mind basis for all or alaya consciousness, that's the self, and that you can actually find. I think alaya consciousness is the right Sanskrit. Di sumbanang
mare ma de yo mar de ta yondub la yondub de yang tanye de ta den che che ta du ne lu de re sa ji nye yores ta kunda de ta du che nye yo mar so
Okay. So for the second one, the view of emptiness or the final nature, that if you go down, you can actually find it. However, with permanent phenomena or this pervasive imputation, that's permanent phenomena other than emptiness, you can't actually find it. There's
ko to be pa so shen yo ba zu se yo mar la
right. So because it's just only imputed by the mind, it doesn't have a basis for that imputation or a form for that imputation.
ma de xiong da de ne ga xiong re de shena ane tangi chom den de yilen de tak da ha ko
Okay, so if you understand this is important, because then you can understand Shakyamuni Buddha's answer.
Just to
Okay.
we're saying a mind basis of all unfoundational consciousness and category number 2.
So the Kunshinamshi, the Nibanang Larebe,
xiwan
Shenwang,
no it's
yeah, it's in the first one, it's an impermanent phenomena. Because it's a mind. This Kunshinamshi, the alaya consciousness or mind basis for all, is a mind, and therefore it's impermanent, and therefore it's in the first one.
예, 삼단 레라버래. 뒤제 인 삼제 진이 당분난 뒤로 거래.
Okay.
동반이 인 삼제 진이 니베난 뒤로 거래. 동반이 마인기 딱바 삼제 진이 숨변난 뒤로 거래. 장마장냐 차르다.
All right. So it's, if you think about it in this way, everything that's impermanent is in the first one. Right? And that's the first one. Impermanent phenomena, all. The second one is emptiness. And then the third one is every other permanent phenomena other than emptiness. So basically, permanent, impermanent, and emptiness. Now is it clear? Okay, so the first and the second one are established by their own characteristics. And then the third one is not established by its own characteristics.
Are
you clear? Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so these somebody did send you the like space, vacuous space, right? Like the space that we have between the planets. Okay, so it's because when you try and pinpoint it down, you can't actually find space. Right? According to this view, there's other views, but according to this view, and that's why they say it doesn't have its own characteristics. Yeah. Okay. Did this takbet seni dictionary?
알래요. 당에 라오. 내가 누스 라오. 남바산제 베로와. 남바산제 탐제기. 최 탐제 대전이나는 도고요래.
Okay.
유어도 요어직다. 유어도 매워직 제가. 유어도 매워들라 딱발라고.
Right.
베나 두마치 난가. 시자랑도 모두도 다 주상모 딱발와.
Okay. So when Buddha taught, he categorized all phenomena into two categories, permanent and impermanent. So that's which is changing and that's which is not changing. So like things like material things, physical things, and the mind, they're all impermanent, they're changing. And then permanent phenomena like space, because it's essentially just a vacuum, it's not changing, right? And then also categories like phenomena itself is said to be permanent as well, like the category phenomena.
That's your chasm.
Okay, is that clearer? more or
That's
less.
a good. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
it is a little bit tricky, and this is your first day, so you might.
Really, that is the thing somda simda labdi chonzo sawa the test kale yore.
Yeah. This is like these three characteristics. It's like we're kind of throwing you in the deep end without any water wings on, so you might not. It might be a little bit tricky.
That's good. That's it. That did that. Thing somda ya wo shen so.
So are we clear on these three characteristics now?
Nana da rang thing do de kazedo. Thing somda ne kazedo.
Okay, so in these three, how many are established by their own characteristics?
Which one?
Which ones?
Okay.
1 and 2, yeah.
That's it.
Okay, you got it.
Da jom ne de len la was.
All right, now we could get on to Buddha Shakyamuni's answer.
다 점진되게 네 된다다 봐시 렌데 자래. 네 아니 콜로 당보라 최단제 랑 승리 도래 라야디. 아니 시원다 윤두 랑 승리 도 인자 아니 최단제 랑 승리 도래 서 딜라브레라다.
Okay, so Buddha in the third turning of the wheel said when I said phenomena were established by their own characteristics, because the first two, the emptiness and impermanent phenomena, are established by their own characteristics. That's what I meant.
점진데. 다초 콜로 타말라야 아니 최단제 랑 승리 마도래 사데. 아 승리 숨나네 군다 랑 승리 마도 인자 아니 최단제 랑 승리 도야
Yeah, this pervasive imputation, because this phenomena is not established by their own characteristics. That's what I meant when I said phenomena is not established by its own characteristics.
다나디 가르쳐네 좀 점진데 가르쳐는데 송고래 라위나. 지 당번에 지당 더 ngoyene 줄라 타둑 둘달래 최단제 랑 승리 마도래로.
Okay.
이나 테말라오체 제가 대 승리 투비어래 제가 승리 투비어 말스 라고스나. 네 셈잠버도 줍다 낭베게 낭바텔라 대진 시어래 지라마 도데와 셈잠 우마와 지제 줍다 시어래로. 근데 다 대진직 다 대진직 미 대진 릭 최진이 대진 릭직이 그런데 이제 시비치고 알다. 시원이 가르스나 최단제 당보랑 승리 도어라도 다 군다다랑 승리 전 이기면도 나가도 이기면도 나가랑 승리 도어래면도 현다다 니데랑 승리 도어래샤스 베 셈나라 템보 여러와 건도.
Okay.
여자 아니 대단 뛰니 콘조 되버다 뛰니 아니 좀 되데 예 코데 뒤제 띠베린 바다 좀 되데 탑 캡으로 와 콘조 되버 뛰인제 아니 마송샤가 왔을 때 셈담바 코랑 낭베기 따 딘데 냠년치니 대전직라 데 따와데 되고요 인상 내갑질라 콘조 데송 안 갈래 네야 뒤제 띠베린 바 뒤제 띠베린 바 뒤자야 탑을 갈래 튀고
Oh, like graduate. Okay, right. So why is it that he taught in this way, right? Why did he teach different aspects? Because the final nature of all phenomena is that it's not established by its own characteristics. However, this wasn't suitable for everybody, right? Like, for example, the mind-only people, he taught this because you can't teach, he was very clear in understanding you can't teach one thing to all the people because it's not really suitable. It's not suitable for them to understand. So for the people who had this mind-only disposition, I guess you could say, it was easy for them to say that, okay, space is not established by its own characteristics, but when you look for it, you can't actually pin it down. You can't actually find it. So that made sense to them. So this is why he taught for them in that way. So because of his skillful means, he was able to establish these different teachings that then became the 5 different tenets of Buddhist system. So we had the Great Exposition School, the Sutra School, the Mind-Only School, the 4 different tenets, and then the Middle Way School. So this, he was then able to teach in this way to set up a graduated sort of step-by-step way of understanding to reach the deeper view.
대체는 다디 저 중국 당보단 중국 니베 렌라 아니 콜로 타마들레 콜로 타마세.
So the first, when whatever questions arose about the first and the second turning of the wheels of Dharma, the answers to these questions then formed the third turning of the wheel of Dharma.
배제 지워트니데 다 그런 심잠배 따오네데 이러.
And then through these answers, the people who asked the questions then became the first proponents of the mind-only school view.
다디 디스지레. 다양도 생도 삼로 독식 다나야고 요래. 단단한도 릭디나라 릭셰요인데. 좀 된데 이제 최고 최승무샤버디 대전 유지외생당 유진지외세에서 왔다. 근데 저 싱어웬내주 락바라고지. 싱어웬내주라고 대시 락바라와. 또 콜로 당분 내가서 다음에 락바셰로 왔다. 외세 유지외세 셰로. 유지외세 셰. 얘네 셈 락바여로 셈 락바 되자 시당 공도 가제 락바여로. 티마 용으로 다야 답시 셰다.
So when we talk about phenomena, or when Buddha talked about phenomena, he talked about in terms of the object and the object possessor. And now, in the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, he was more dealing with the gross level of delusion or confusion or ignorance. The gross levels of delusions. And at that point, he taught about the object clear light. And the purpose of this teaching was to clear away the gross minds, such as anger, attachment, and so forth. So this was the purpose of the first turning of the wheel.
다디네 콜로 파발라 다 양자 동반이 유지외세 타와디셰르다. 봐. 말라 유지외세 라과디셰. 다는 유지외세 타와디셰. 네가시에서는 다 유모게 자와드서 봐. 되자시다. 콘드 자와디 단지를 통해 자와 방야 답시디 송어래다.
The root.
콜로 파발라.
So then the second turning of the wheel. Sorry, I made a small mistake there. In the first turning of the wheel, he talked about the gross clear light of the object. And in the second turning of the wheel, he talked about the subtle clear light of the object. And he also taught about this root of the delusions, the self-grasping. Yeah, second turning.
다 숨바디 가서는 유진지에서 시작다. 돈이도 로지어로 로디시고 유진지에서 유진지에서.
And then the third one, he talked about the object possessor clear light.
제가 다 유진지에서라는 아는 산제지 릭 심지란 시외세워서 다 신도 단다. 이 먼저 조제들이 내초용 거로 심지란 시외세워 유진지에서 심지란 시 먼저 탐제에게 샘그란 신도 외세워서 이나야 내가 그 팀하게 먼저 샘디 니만한 시래서 봐. 니마들 팀바여나 니메 왜 바까로다. 팀바면은 니메 왜 수세용고다. 네. 부다게 샘디 팀바촌에 왜 니만한 시래서 봐. 먼저 샘디 아니 베스톰다 베데 팀바 투고데 팀바 투고 팀제다 니마 타요 말았어. 아유. 어디 시거다.
Okay, so then in the third turning of the wheel, he taught about the clear light. The object possessor clear light. So this became the basis for the understanding of Buddha nature. So this clear light nature of the mind is this understanding in the sense, so to use an analogy, it's the sense that if our mind is like the sun, right? However, the sun can be obscured by clouds. So a Buddha's mind would be like this blazing sun on a totally cloudless day. The light can pervade everywhere. Whereas our minds, we might have some heavy storm clouds brewing in the mind and the sun can just trying to sneak through, but it's pretty covered by all these clouds.
So the
third turning of the wheel is Sangi rigged Buddha nature, or sometimes this Buddha family, you could say, or Buddha lineage,
Buddha nature on your.
Yeah, no, Buddha nature is clearer.
Sanje Riksa. Adejo. Tadine Jumdende Gongbo Zosa Jela. Ane lo Pichin lo Gubja Injera, lo Gubja Jela. Lo Gubja lo Gubja Jela. Ane that Jumdende Sungsha Suji Kogoya Marta.
Okay.
Right? 동반이 지거데 점된데 양에는 로투게 제라 단도 고물로도 세우세요와
Okay.
로투게 제라 단다 셰러닝보도도 그거 여말 수직이 봐 여말 시진도 그거 거나 여말 동반이 지다 암조 거는 그거 여말에 아니 단다디 가서 고물로도 지 동반이 지거데 제 세우세요와 로 양자 숨제 제라 아니 파고 도메 베디 다 여말에 시지 갸치베 람지린 바서고라다 갸치베 람지린 바당 단다디 클레라이트 카르카르 이메 태과 준비 추역이 잔주그 셈다 닝지 첨부 땅 산제 공방다 다도 갸치베 람지린 베도단디 제데 아니 촌에 다 관여요 말 하고 그거요 말 수지 그러.
Okay. So about 900 years after the Buddha passed, then was not a very clear understanding of the Dharma. So 600 years after the Buddha passed away, Nagarjuna came along and clearly clarified the meaning of the teachings on emptiness. But about 300 years after that, so 900 years, then nobody really understood what the Buddha meant, the path about developing great compassion and bodhicitta and this path to enlightenment. So this knowledge, there was no clear understanding of that.
다디네 디 잠세 pomje 똑보 통보여라 말하라. 오늘 똑보 통보생아 산제네 템발라 펜토문도다. 다 산제기 템바디 단다 자시베 남지ren 바다 산제기 릭도도 권예민도. 당연히 최세 민년년 먹고민도로. 아니 다 찬사자 아니 부부지겨워스 부부디께네 부부디네 최진이 저르스네. 되네 찬사 gelomane tavan anine ma chansa jap nani ani de
Morang talk by yore
phagwan khona tokbo be thomore damse mo sa ani
morang men kare
damse mo sa ta de mingone ina men kan
okay
damse phomore damse ozo inji jagala rig mango yora damse huri sa rig thoshu rig damse sa
like brahman
rig thoshu de brahmin samare
I think it's brahman
odre brahmin 어디 아니 파고토메 깨로 파고토메 깨네 아니 당아 내가 같이 오래 마자가 또 그래 싱거다고 그래 총자고 그래 파고토메게 아무나 깨지티라 아 내가 같이 오래 나 싱거다고 그래 나 마자가 또 그래 나 파죽 쏘고 마이 쏘고 그래 총자고 그래 비즈니스 쳐 그래 같이 오래 아무데 저랑 내가 된 말에 저 저랑 타워체지 아니 디자치베 람지린 바디 아니 냠녀 체제 디마 셰오레스 아니 바오타메다 고망고 잡잡잡잡 다 자치베 람지ren 바디 개개요 말다
okay right so at that point there was this nun from the Brahmin caste who was able to attain realizations, but she understood that it wasn't suitable for her, even though she had the understanding, to give the teaching. So she decided to disrobe as a nun and to get married and have children. And so she did. And the first child was called Sangha. And he asked his mother, like, what should I do? Should I get married? Should I become a businessman? What should I do? And she said, no, you should become a monk and you should learn and teach the Dharma. So he thought, oh, well, that's a great idea, but there's no one to teach me, right?
아니 다디네 바고토메 지준 참고 뭐 롱된 총으로야. 지준 정말 롱된인다. 저랑 바고토메 자 지준 참고 뭐 도비나 아니. 그래서 안 지준 참고 뭐
All right.
다디네디 팅상 자가랑도 라서 아 키싱데네디 도 루비 차간서 디 곰자서 사제디 딜로 도인바. 근데 다북디 현자 쇼더라. 아니 나뭐 로숨 곰자 때디 아니 로숨 곰자지 마윤디 아니 디체로 가자 단다 이때 뺐으면 뺐으면 배당보디 추 배당보디 디세 추기 배당보디 자여라 제비 자여라 자 배지로 배즈 파도 투표지 쇼바게디 다도 우비샤로
Di donang la.
onde 돈 자는데 쇼 파베지 우스야 또 동버스야라 아니 바보동 다 자비 로든데 시는 아양자 준비 장고도 양자 로숨 검자래 양자 로숨 검자인데 지진 잠바고 뭐 제야마 다 로투도서 아니 양자 마연데 추티고여라 워다 드롭여라 추티고 드롭 제딜 우스야라 우고 추티고 우스야 아다 맞준비 정도도 양자야 검자더라 양자야 로 구자가 로 구지래 양자 말래래 근데 보지 자 방보여라 자 방보 근데 배게 뜻다지 아니 캅스고 니스로 캅배자 방보여라 근데 돌아 다제 근데 다르다네 디 첨부자 캅하고 된데 소거 아니 보디 게지티데 당아 양자 준비 정보다 양자야로 양자 로숨데 로중니데라 로중니 참데네 지도 잠바 공부 셰스기요 말에 아니 말로레네 아니 말로레데 랑가라 키데덴 둠디 베제데 고데요 랑가라 아니 키직로 부자네로 부자 코번 뱀 마자데 아 부드 주도나니 양 부시그레 부마도나니 치시그레 아니 고랑게 되네 샤제네 되네로 레샤네 강반에 샤제 샤데샤 아니 라고에 잖아 부시그레 아니 카게 부드질렌제 샤단라 샤고 틴데 믹좀네 카게 부드질렌 가도데 키디요 말에 지진 잠복 오면 제르데 아니 지진 잠복 오면 제르 답에진 디 주르샤나는 게 제셔
Okay. So, because he was unable to find a teacher, right, he decided that he would do this meditation on Maitreya to make connection with Maitreya. So he went to this place. Such a
리부 차강 리부 차강
Rewu Chakam.
벽에 인지 갈려는 하고
It's in Yaganala, right? Yeah, it's in India. Apparently, Geshe-la's been there. Anyway, there's this cave there where a sangha did his meditation. So the process of the meditation went like that. He meditated for 3 years first, and didn't have any success in seeing Maitreya. So then there's 3 examples in the story, and the first one happens after the 3 years. So he comes out of his meditation, feeling disheartened and giving up, and he sees these birds flying with their wings, and the wings had made like a big hole in a rock from touching their wings against this rock, and that's made this big hole in it. And he thought, well, if the birds can do this, then I need to strive with more effort. So again, he strived for 3 years. So now he's been meditating for 6 years. And again, he kind of gave up, got disheartened, and left. And then he saw these water drops dropping on this rock, and these drops of water had made this hole in this rock. And so again, he thought, well, this is a sign I need to apply more effort. And so again, he strived for 3 more years, so up to 9 years now. And again, he got disheartened and came out. And then he saw somebody rubbing this iron bar, and found out that through rubbing this bar, they were actually making this big iron bar into a needle. And so he thought, well, again, this is a sign I need to apply more effort and strive. So again, he meditated for 3 more years. So this is 12 years. And then again, he came out. And at this time, he found a dog, a wounded dog. And this dog in its wound had all these maggots inside, or insects inside. And he thought, well, if I take the maggots out of the wound, then they'll die. And if I don't do this, then the dog's going to die. So he thought, well, I have to clean the wound. But in order to save the maggots, he actually cut flesh from his own leg. And then thought, if I try and take these maggots out with my hand, then that's going to kill them as well. So he actually took them out with his mouth or his tongue, and put them on this flesh that he'd cut off. And as he was doing that, then the appearance of the dog disappeared, and before him was Maitreya Buddha.
didi 파고타메타 디 대처럼 배 융지 총조래샤 가 깔레다가서 자주nes 로 다링니 맞아 가 로중니 데 깔레자서 저나 니마 당고 검제된 거랑 가 저나 틸래 예스
And so then Maitreya, like a sangha said, what have you been doing? I've been meditating for 12 years now, trying to get in contact with you, like, and you haven't come. And he said, no, you're mistaken. I was actually right there from the first day that you started meditating.
And then 저런 이 마시는 가 개월 그죠.
Right.
지진 디파우터명아 지진 잠바 개월 그대여스 미상어 거냥 바래.
So then he said, well, if you don't believe me, like, I'll jump on your shoulders and we'll go around town and we'll see what happens. So anyway, Maitreya got on Sangha's shoulders and they went through the town. And all everybody saw was this crazy person carrying around a dog on his shoulders. And they thought, well, he's a bit nuts.
뭐지 키기 라고지. 키라고지. 모델 틀레 망고라 나무도 망고라요.
Right.
미치 키기 라고지. 신다도 동보동냐.
Oh, Gonda, no, my mistake. Sorry, the first people didn't see anything, like he was carrying nothing, right? And then one lady saw a dog's like paw only. She who had like done some practice and cleared some obscurations, she saw only the dog's paw.
So the
story should be in the book. And if you can read that, that's good. So, the point of this is that we need to apply effort, we need to strive, we need to work if we want to attain understanding and realization. So even though the Buddhas, the other thing to take is even though the Buddhas are right next to us, we can't actually see them, And most of the people who think they see these things are actually maybe a little less sane than they should be. But the people who genuinely see them is very hard to find. Right. Right. So, again, the point here is to focus on the meaning of this, not on the words themselves. So, like we said, the four meanings, focus on the words, not the person, and then the meaning, not the eloquence or the presentation. So this is again, the point of why when we hear these stories of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas and these realized beings, it should be in order to transform our mind. If we can really relate to these, then it can help to clear away the disturbances in our mind.
아니 진에 바오도메 땅아 아니 좀 된데 이송시 도게 템 자치에 남지는 바데 티로치 송리 아니 진짜 참 최고 여러 저는 델 탐스로 델 탐디 바오도메 하기율이야 티진 하율라 간디 이거지 간딜.
So then Sangha made this sincere request to Maitreya, please teach me this Dharma path, this whole Dharma path. And so Maitreya said, okay, hold on to my chogu, which is like the monk's outer robe, the yellow one. And so Sangha held on to that, and then Maitreya took him up to Ganden Pure Realm, and then taught him the Dharma. So you don't need a plane ticket or a special visa to go there. All you need to do is meditate for 12 years and, you'll be right. Yeah, the ticket is meditating on compassion. So for this reason, it's said that if you have this mind of compassion and you have sincere devotion to your root Lama, then the learning and understanding of the Dharma becomes much clearer.
하율라 미롱압지 담바데 미롱압지 하율라 최든직 먼저 딘데도 직 쇼베네 니군 대진다 주주 숨지래 주주 화게 율라 주주 숨래 주주 숨나라다 차단라차다 바우더메다 미제베 숨톱자라 추주 숨나라 되게 찾아라 그래. 추주 숨네 최초는 말로인데 미기 유라 롱압지 탐 찾아. 코란 렌다 상마 버드 찾아라. 코란이 로지 주자.
So anyway, the Sangha went up to this Pure the Gandham Pure and there, what was in human years 50 years, but was at that time like only one part of the day, about 3 hours. So, like when we have one morning session, that would be the equivalent. And in that 3 hour period, Maitreya was able to teach Sangha everything he needed to know, right? Like obviously, so it went very well. He was able to teach him everything, and then the Sangha came back, and like everybody else was old, and he was like, oh, because he was still quite young, and everybody else had got like that age 50 years. Yeah, that age 50 years. So the time is very different in the Pure. Right, so their clock goes very slowly.
Like this, maybe. Go slow machine.
Right, so ours goes. Theirs goes.
Maybe.
Something like that. So yeah, you have to be a pretty special watchmaker to make a Pure Realm watch.
다드네 잠주 댕아서야 송으로 제남이 태워지 뭐 규라면 덴조시 덴조가요래 딥마 파워토믹 킬레 다디나네 단당한서 태워지 뭐 규라마서 되게 간서 단다 셔야 되리다.
So there was 5 main teachings that he brought down, and one of these main was this sublime continuum.
제남이 세로 원도진 도디진 우다남지 추이남지
okay.
와 원도진 도디진 우다남지 추이남지 태워주미 규라메
Yeah, I'll look them up. I'm not clear on all of them.
Yeah,
so I'll get the list of the 5.
디직션에 요거래 된종아지 챈들와 다드네 아니 간저 다 된주 뭐그 저자데 이 야부시어래다 좀시다지 드링시에샤는 제메마 용거로다 좀시 나네 신고야 계좌 니여를 드린데라니 로 당고디 아니 가래데 도 간데 남준세도 또 가자 델레야다 저자들라 내게 뉴여래로 도제네 듄세도 네 뉴여 듄디 신고 당도 저자조들이다 디직 신베이나 아니 denjo chazang ge dumrao de degrao zo
so ne is in the subject
ne mare ko nenga saja mare nenga kane
meanings importance the 5
mare
7 sorry so then we can say that there's 7 doji ne dun like Vajra importances
subject na yor ke beje kemen digoran subject koran na yor seja fasha ani khaayong the subject that the title that yorte
I'm not quite sure how to translate this.
Subject
the 7 here no that's the 10 presentations. He says it's in the chapters here. I mean, it's literally translated, it's the Vajra importances, but I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What does it translate them as? Vajra points. Okay, that's yeah, that makes sense.
산제 군조, 추군조, 긴두군조 제로. 산제 군조, 추군조, 긴두군조. 아니 감로와 감자다 당아서 릭시에서 돼. 감대와 시빈인 곳에. 아니 장죽 셈체. 아니 연대체, 틀레체, 듄데르다.
Okay. So these can be said to be the 3 jewels, the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, the basic element it's translated as here.
Concept.
And then bodhicitta, any ditamaniti?
yuanden
Qualities,
and tile
trille, any the drop. No, sorry, that's trille.
tile yor subject
They should be in here, actually.
yor yuanden shewa tile shewa chanju shewa sto ame the page lo is mara
I didn't know.
odin da subject da tadol subject dan tamate chanju shewa yuanden shewa tile shewa sto sanje gunjo shewa chu gunjo shewa kindu gunjo yuanden shewa tile shewa 다게 뭐래 내 제일 콘서 푸디 갈랬다도 하고 당보디 다 nen가로 되리 당저 제가 산제 군조 최 군조 빈두 군조 숨디 아니 데부로 데부체 베나 산제 릭디 도스레샤 당에도 드럼러 세위는 감대와시베 닝보세데 산제 릭 들어가면서 시르와 시라 만도 상말라 산제 릭이어로 와다 만도 상말라 미야고 차야기 누가 열어서 왔다 산제 릭라나 만도 상말로라 만도 파샤니 디 치다 주다 도들이네 마음보지라 코라 미야고 차야기 누가 열어서 만도 밀라다 대회냐 열어서 딜라야 산제 릭 마음보 산제 차서도 산제데다 미 초드기와 약쇼들다 정치는 면이 미드래 제가 인데지 차야라 그 뉴버딩 아주 상말라 요레스 딜 산지 릭라고다.
Okay. So the basis for all this is the understanding of having this Buddha nature that we talked about before. So this Buddha nature is said to be the base. So basically this means we all have the power to become enlightened. So all beings, us, human beings, dogs, cats, insects, and so forth, all have this power to attain enlightenment, have this power to develop these positive qualities, become a pure person, and actually have this potential to be a future Buddha. So this is the basis of the Buddha nature.
저 디신베나 저 배야고요. 디중어란저 셈 지강에로다 내가 논두쇼로다 신마지보다 동해로던데 요데 아나 뺏사서 나다 배다 독슈 잠블리나가 미 독슈들이 상수수수 마사데기도 근데 저 산제 릭당 나라 산제 누워요로 ngala sanje ge nuwa yorwa ngala sanje ge nuwa mangba nga sanje chagro wa cheda nga nuwa de sang peju chigi in samdana su le ya simla lodop ge yang ore wa simna la shuk ge yang wa ta dippe me se phando chembo ya go shore samdan.
Right, so it's very good to know this because in life we have difficulties and problems and so forth, and because we have this tendency to look down upon ourselves, thinking, "Oh, I'm the worst person around," and so forth. However, if we really understand this Buddha nature, that we have this power to be this Buddha, then that can actually lift our mind up, give us the strength of this confidence.
다디 릭디 요르스 데드네 핑거 말해. 다디 야 소야 탑란디 아니 찬죽 셈곰이야 되래서다.
So then after this, then we need to develop this. We need to meditate on the mind of bodhicitta.
다 찬죽 셈 냠내 채운데 아니 가려용 거를 라위나 아니 신도 신라 편도 지고 요나 다 찬죽 셈들라 디셰기도 니나를 믹스해지도 줄라말 찬죽 닝지 곰제 가서 닝지 공부라 닝지 곰 연주 장가라 당아 산제 곰마 토구도 그러와 심지에 심지신 동에 세 두고면도 말하는 누구면도 제가 심지신이 동에 세라 나 산제 곰마 토구도 제가 아니 닝지 곰발 때네 산제지 곰마 톱 거바 치르스 톱 거바 하고자 톱 거바 teaching go rest 제가.
So when we develop this mind of bodhicitta, we start off with having this compassion for all sentient beings, and then we see that in order to really be a benefit to them, I need to attain this state of enlightenment. So for that reason, then we strive towards that. We have this need to attain the state, of Buddhahood.
제 찬주스 다데네 동니라 상당히 아다 산제 고마 톱 톱살이 톱 뉴살이 땅아 톱살이스로 가서나 돈이 고면도 다 녀모가 싸워도 매워서나 아니 녀모 매워 차라고라 녀모 매워 차나 땅아 타워토고도 땅아 시버토고도 땅아 산제 톱 톱살이 심지 탐제시 등아 산제 고마 톱 톱살이 땅아 톱 톱이야 누바디 여바 마쟁에 시 나래 용살에서 돼 싱그레스 딜라고도 때 믹스해지 그래 되나나
So when we combine this with this meditation on emptiness, then we have this clear understanding that we will, or the top
톱 뉴바
nupa. So we have
연구했을 때
that. Yeah, I have this power to attain enlightenment. I will attain the state. It will come to me. So this is this. When we have this understanding of emptiness combined with this, then we can have this ability or this recognition.
다디 전주쌤 냠려네 아니 가리 연구했으나 아니 디 연구래 산제군주 추군주 군주군주 숨디 데부디 연구하다.
And then comes this result of the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. They come from this the result of this understanding.
다디 유행언저 파르지나라 기생가방 언저 산제군주 추군주 군주군주 친이든데 신체로 두스 상만 단데 태고침부 유일하면은 다 태고침부 유일하면게 아니 산제군주 친이 추군주 친이 군주군주 친이 다 약쇼래 스카세쇼 약쇼래.
So within the perfection vehicle, the kind of Pachangi Lam.
산제군주 추군주 군주군주.
Yep. If we're looking for this
definition.
Definitions of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, then this sublime continuum has this really clearest definitions of these.
다 뒤인데 아니 연대셔. 다 추군주 연대 가래.
Okay, and then
군주군주 연대 가래. 산제군주 연대 가래. 다 연대시기도.
And then when we talk about the qualities, so this is the fifth one, the qualities. Then it's the qualities of these three jewels. What are the qualities of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha?
다디네 틸레라야디 아니 산제가 간절마 최송제 아니 간절 최롱제기도.
And then this Trinle is this like enlightened activity, or you could just say activity. So what are the activities? Well, it's teaching the Dharma and so forth.
네, 다 롱제, 더블 롱제로 먼저. 베나 틸레라야디 데베 베나 행동라야 애벌 용구도. 나도 애벌 사기도. 디나시 좀 된데 깔레잡 최송sen제도 당저 뒤제 롱제기도. 틸레라고.
So this enlightened activity can said to be the result. Right? So just as if you plant a tree and after many years the tree can grow and then it will produce fruit, and like if it's an apple tree it produces apples. So this apple is said to be the result, and in the same way, Buddha strive for a great long length of time to attain this state in order to be of benefit to others, and then the result of all that striving and all that work is this enlightened activity that we can experience.
어떤 데 된저디기 저자디 단다도도디래. 당mon한서 대직 시외이나 아니 투구 말아 디야고요. 된저디 저자 된저디 셰야. 먼저 단다 빼저지도와 디 단다 상마 디난 디데다.
Oh, okay.
저자.
This has all of this in the script. It has this kind of
summary.
Summary. Sorry, that's a good summary of all of the kind of other texts can be found within this text.
다디네 디직시나야고요. 당저 신고에디 단다 심장배 치료튼도 캘린식이요 말에 디직신고로다. 디직신고다 디간 넘베지가 베나 남배게 대전직 지라모 도대버즈이나 다고 지라모 도대 라데면시 최진이 냠len 대전직 미카시지기로와 갈 남배 냠len 바카시지 가르켈린 저르스나 당봉 오버디 뒤에 참여했어. 기생한서 남배 치리 난 로서 뒤에 참여사고라고 두고를 납상. 다 뒤서 빼편도 전부.
Okay.
그래서 당부 뒤에 참여사 되네라고 해서 되네 공무차 안 되네 포버드 두. 안 되지서 포버더니 믹시드 두. 제가 그네 포버드 규체 먼저 믹시드 데위차 그니 데이터들에서 어디라고요. 다 두다.
Okay, then zeta. So when we talk about this, how Buddhist practitioners understand phenomena and perception and so forth, we're not talking specifically about an individual tenet system here, but to say some of within this, the view of some Buddhists, they hold that the basis of these partless particles. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is the Sutra school and the Great Exposition school. So these specifically hold to first the basis of these partless particles, which then form together to form grosser particles, which then form together to form a cup. And after this cup is then established, then subsequent to that, this I consciousness perceiving the cup is established. So for this, in this mode of establishment, they therefore say they're of different substance. So the cup and the I consciousness perceiving the cup is they tari or of different substance.
아니 다 심장에 가려고 그러잖아. 땅에는 어디 심장 말라 건데 가서 수수 삼루대 있잖아요. 오면 망다 라비아 망부전에 진짜 고.
Okay. So now thinking about talking about the mind only school, but it might be better just to think about it a bit, because if we keep talking at you, you might get even more confused.
대다 지난주 삼루 레일 하고 싶다 봐.
Okay, so we'll give you an easy example to think about.
네, 포워디 ngela dugudo nge mixing ngela dugudo di tashan dir.
Okay, so to start with, you need to think about whether the cup's established first or the I consciousness, the Bumba Zinpe mixture.
Pumala power dir. Power
Zinpe mixture. So there's whether the cup or the I consciousness perceiving the cup, which one's established first? Okay, or since you got a book in front of you and we're the only ones with cups, you can use the book.
Everyone looking make cup. Hey, you look your book, okay? Maybe I give you my book, yeah, my cup. Oh yeah, that's some of things.
So we'll think about that for 2 minutes.
Oh yeah. 다 포옹에는 좀 얘기지 라고장. 이제지.
So Tambo.
포옹 담보 좀.
Okay, so who thought the book was established first? Put up your hand.
아니 튜념도 좀니, 님도 좀니.
And together, established together. Who thought that? And then the mind came first. The I consciousness perceiving the cup. Who thought that came first?
나 진짜 세우시라면도 눈다지 상당요.
So you're not very clear on this, so think about it for a week. Yeah.
But the mind consciousness is, does that consciousness come before the cup, or does the perception that comes from the mind?
Well, the literal, I'll ask Isha, but the literal term is the I consciousness perceiving the cup. It's okay. It's literally okay. So I'll just ask Isha. So get the bombas in Bemegshi labna the tanda kare the sava kogi window the make the ta the tanda kare or the mixi the tanda kare the sava kogi window the.
나 미시디 세부 신경면도 나나. 아니 탭신이기 탭화콘이지도.
Right.
So
yeah, if you're not that clear on what's exactly meant by this I consciousness, right, because there's a bit more to it, you can think about that which recognizes the cup, or you could say perceived, right? That which knows the cup, the mind which knows the cup, the mind which perceives the cup. That's fine. So is the mind that knows this object, does that come first, or that which is to be known? The object that is to be known by the mind, does that come first? Okay, so this is your homework. Your meditation work.
Sorry, one of the questions. Is there a difference between the perception and the mind consciousness? Or are they the same thing?
So
does the mind consciousness exist before it perceives the cup? Or is it
So not the eye consciousness.
The eye consciousness, yeah.
Yeah. So then it the Bumba Zinbe Migshe and the Migshe the Kepuyure Kare Haku Mundu.
네네네. 진짜로 가서 탭 좀 뱀이 실라지. 탭 통보다가 생겨요, 봐.
Right.
그래서 니와들 또 고차로 그래. 이나
Okay.
데 상무 망마다나 람사하고 말이야.
Right. So
먼저 여기 데 미시 인트야 데 디네가 미시디 말에 먼저 또 고차 되게요. 딜 상무 데스 땅거래. 저랑 딜 탄다 저랑 트워드 빼야고도 와.
right.
상무 땅게도 와서 상무 땅에 어디 딜 텐예다 데 통인이 켜와 가르더라 와.
Okay.
onshit 먼저들 onshilo 딜 이시라고.
Okay.
제가 디 상무 땅다 단도 세르 도.
Okay. So when you think about this, there's two things you need to think about. So there's the what we call a sense power, no sense consciousness, not power. Sorry, sense consciousness, and then the mind consciousness. So then the sense consciousness is that which perceives the object, like the eye. We say the eye consciousness, and there's a moment that is established first before the mind consciousness has recognition of that object. Right. So it's a very good question, and the first thing you've got to sort of think about is what's the difference between these two, right? This sensory perception and the mental recognition. Right. Because it's so quick, it's actually quite difficult to differentiate the difference between the two because they're so closely connected and so the time is very quick. If you meditate more and more on it, like contemplate it more and more, meditate more and more on it, and it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer.
어디지? 따다리 니 저런도 dunda디나라 로야디 가르로고를 라위나 니 지준 참복 공부단 파고도메 루규체.
Okay, so for this self-study for the week, you should read the this Maitreya Asanga story.
And then the Colosum the Georgiatic Dosama Lobzi, Tolotangbo, Colopatini Trumatusa, and then seems that be Gunda Shiwa, Yundusum Jitosama, or the Jigdotum.
So then also you want to study upon what the three turnings of the wheel of the Dharma and also these three characteristics of the mind-only school. So the self, other power, the final Yondrup, sorry, the final establishment, and then the pervasive imputation. So these three, there'll probably be, these are my own translations, so there'll probably be slightly different translations out there. Okay, so that should keep you out of trouble.
And today you know, Dojine doing the seminar, Kunjosum, Tamu Tanga de Shana de Gora, Kunjosum, on the Dusana, Kunjosum, and come and Chanju Sim, you and then Tile, this seminar Mashana award.
Okay, so then go over these 7 Vajra points. So the 3 jewels, bodhicitta, the qualities, the enlightened activity. Any
come.
Oh, sorry, the sphere, the enlightened activity. There. So these 7.
Come. Oh, the do. The Joseph, this chamber, and my Bejala, or detail, and the Tukumari.
Okay, so because we're going to be going over these, we'll be talking about these. So if you're clear at what these 7 are, then when we explain the different ones, it won't be confusing for you.
Oh, yeah, that is shower.
So we'll stop here.